Good day, everyone. I am Michelle Moradas, together with my co-presenter, Dolotallas. For this video, we will discuss about e-portfolio. Before we will dive into our discussion, let me first read to you our learning objectives for today. At the end of this lesson, the student should be able to define e-portfolio, demonstrate an understanding of the purposes, uses, and benefits of e-portfolio, and identify the types of e-portfolio and the components that should be included in creating an e-portfolio. Let's now define e-portfolio.
What is an e-portfolio? An e-portfolio is an involving electronic or online resource that acts to record, store, and archive the artifacts of learning and reflection for an individual or learner. In other words, e-portfolios showcases learning over time. Purposes of e-portfolio. So we have at least 4 major purposes of e-portfolio. We have growth, document achievement, reflection and improvement, and showcasing your work. E-portfolios are direct response to the needs of the students, which provide them the educational tools geared towards supporting their studies. It helps them to clarify their educational goals, integrate and solidify learning through reflection and showcasing their achievement to potential employers. By having students reflect on what they learned, how they learned it, and how much they learned, they start to take control of their learning, which there is growth, definitely. And obviously, it stores and records the achievement of the students. So why use an e-portfolio? Simply because e-portfolios can provide a means for assessment. Mapping identifies opportunities to scaffold student learning and development from developing to proficient throughout their degree. Students receive feedback from within the e-portfolio on submitted assessment items and a progression toward competency against learning outcomes and learning objectives. Since the e-portfolio is student-centered, then the students has the full authority to make the e-portfolio an enjoyable learning and environment using their creativity and their capabilities. It also provides a digital resume wherein all documents and artifacts are at a safe place and is much organized. And of course, a window to our individual work, growth, and progress, but is still visible over time. Benefits of e-portfolio. There are a lot of benefits that we people can get or obtain from having an e-portfolio. Through e-portfolio, students can demonstrate effort, progress, and their achievement as well. It linked the theory and practices that students may encounter. Also, it stores and records artifacts and documents and achievements over time. Upon making an e-portfolio, it hugely enhances the communication and organizational skills of the students. Also, it gives them a greater awareness of their strengths and to the area of improvement or their weaknesses. Moreover, it encourages a reflective self-inquiry and visible collection of skills to potential employers. For teachers, it helps them illustrate a good teaching experience as well as strategies. It also supports their potential growth, which leads to a better planning that helps them improve their teaching skills. Nonetheless, it is considered authentic assessment that a teacher can make.
Here are the types of e-portfolios: showcase or professional e-portfolios, learning e-portfolios, and assessment or general education e-portfolios. Showcase or professional e-portfolios highlights achievements. Since showcase portfolio show only one's best works, the reflection process requires greater depth and perception than other types of portfolio. Learning e-portfolios demonstrate the learning process with a focus on feedback. These portfolios are typically created by a student as a part of a course as a way to demonstrate learning and the learning process. Assessment e-portfolios, on the other hand, used to assess students' competency on certain standards or topics. The use of portfolios played a substantive role in the assessment of our general education competencies. Using both formative and summative assessments feedback, we will see the quality of evidence students use in their portfolios to demonstrate general education competencies. Here are the things you might include in your e-portfolio: student information, table of contents, learner goals, curricular standards and or criteria, rubrics, artifacts, instructor feedback, and self-reflection. Before we will have an assessment, let me show you how to create e-portfolio using Google Sites. To set up your Google site, click the Google Apps button found in the upper right corner of the screen, then click Sites. What's next is to click this button, the button in the upper left corner of the screen, which is the Create New Site button. Once you get here, you can now name your site. Let's type a false name like Manaloto ePortfolio to show ownership. For the title of your page, let's type My ePortfolio. From here, you can edit your site from the criteria which your teacher has given. Before we move on, make sure that you publish your ePortfolio. Let's click Publish. Since we have given name to our site, we have already named our URL. You could see that we have similar name in our published website address. When customizing your page, there are options you can choose. You can add text box, upload images, embed a code, or add an item from your Google Drive. Similar from PowerPoint presentation, you can add layouts from this menu. You can add collapsible text, table of contents, set of images, a button if you want hyperlinks from other sites, a divider, a placeholder, videos from YouTube, or any of these Google Apps options. To add pages, click the button on the upper right corner of the screen and click on New Page found on the lower right corner of the screen. Every time you create a new page, click Done button to add the page. Let's now type or add some pages. Let's type Students Portfolio. Then let's click again the new page and add reflections. And lastly, learning performances. Every time you add a page, it will show up in the upper right corner of your screen. To add detail and personality to your page, go to Themes. Here you can find couple of different colors in each couple of different themes. Please take note that every single time you add content in your ePortfolio, you are going to publish it again because it's just like a save button. There you have it, folks. I hope this guides you on how to create an ePortfolio using Google Sites. To check if you have grasped some knowledge, let's answer this 5-item multiple choice test. I will read the 5 questions and give you 5 seconds before I will reveal the correct answer, or you can just simply pause this video if you want longer time to answer. Number 1 question. What is an e-portfolio? Timer starts now. So the correct answer is letter D, an electronic collection of materials for a specific purpose. Next question, number 2. There are many types of e-portfolios you could create, including those specifically designed to help you with the following tasks. Timer starts now. So the correct answer is letter D, all of the above. Next question, number 3. It is used to assess students' competency on certain standards or topic. Timer starts now. The correct answer is letter C, assessment e-portfolio. Number 4. It demonstrates the learning process with a focus on feedback. Timer starts now. The correct answer is letter B, learning e-portfolio. Last question is, a portfolio without blank is just a multimedia presentation or an electronic resume. Timer starts now. So the correct answer is letter D, self-reflection. That's all. I hope you have got the correct answers. Thank you for listening. Here are the references.